Well, it's a soggy Tuesday morning around the metro area. The rain stuck around certainly overnight.
All right, this is what these streets are going to look like as you head out this morning. This is the Old Town area where there are still a lot of puddles in the street. I know at about 2 o'clock this morning it was still raining. We're going to check in with meteorologist KRQE and find out more about that in just a minute. But first, good morning to you and welcome to KRQE News this morning. I'm Matt Morrow.
Yes, good to see you. I'm Elizabeth Alvarez. It is July 29th, Tuesday. Let's get right to Cassandra now, who has more on what the weather is doing right now. Still rain out there, Cassandra?
Yeah, we are still tracking some rainfall. This is a shot of really getting close to the metro area. You see the batch of rainfall moving through, but then also moving out. So we do have some of the drier skies at the current time frame. But big picture in the state, we have a lot of heavy rainfall off to our far east and even some showers up to our north near Santa Fe, White Rock, and Pecos. We have some scattered light showers. This is where we have some of the heaviest, though. Santa Rosa, Vaughn, Fort Sumner, and extending off towards the east towards Portales, towards Melrose, towards Tatum. We have some of that heavy rainfall, and also back towards Ruidoso, Roswell, and Las Cruces and Deming, some of the scattered showers. So what does that mean for us this morning? You may want to have the umbrella, especially if you live east of the Central Mountain chain. Then as we go through the day, we're going to hold on to the clouds, mostly cloudy conditions with on and off showers and storms remaining possible, and the temperatures staying on the slightly cooler side with highs today only in the 80s, 82 at noon and 84 degrees at 5. Coming up, though, I am updating Super Storm Track. We're looking at some of the models. We'll talk about when and where we can see our best chance for rain and storms later today.
As we've been telling you, it was another wild day of weather here in New Mexico, and some of you captured it on camera.
Yeah, we wanted to start this morning with just a few of those. This picture right here was sent in from Kristen Cornelius. She was headed toward Mountain Air on Highway 60 east of Bernardo. Now, she caught this just as the sun was setting against the Manzano Mountains as the storm was moving through. It's a beautiful shot there.
Absolutely gorgeous. And take a look at this. Here's something to make you sit up and pay attention. Check out this funnel cloud yesterday in Crown Point. Clinton Johnson sent us these pictures. He sent them to me on Facebook as well. He caught this on his iPhone. He didn't tell us exactly what time he took this, though, but it does not look like the funnel cloud touched down and became a tornado.
And check out this bolt of lightning touching down near the Ruidoso Downs racetrack yesterday afternoon. Ty Wyant sent us this picture saying that the races were actually canceled there after the 6th race due to the thunderstorm.
And we want to see your weather pictures and video. Please stay safe when you take them. Don't take them while you're driving. But when you got them, send them to KRQE.com. Actually, just go to our website, KRQE.com, and click on Report It. And some other news this morning as we get up to 5:03. A pair of threatening phone calls forced people out of the state capitol yesterday. State police say the calls were made about 12:30 in the afternoon, one of them to the governor's office. In both cases, police say a man threatened to kill himself inside the building. Investigators say they know who this man is, but they have not been able to find him. And this morning, we're hearing from a man who was involved in a search, a very different kind of one.
Yeah, a man who sued the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office for nearly $1 million over an invasive body search is now speaking out. A website called Reason.com released an interview with Timothy Young yesterday. 2 years ago, Young was pulled over by deputies in Lawrenceburg for not using his turn signal. Deputies then spent hours searching his car. According to the lawsuit, they then strip searched him and took him to a hospital for a cavity search. In the end, deputies didn't find anything, and Young was let go without any charges. Weeks later, he got a hospital bill for about $600.
I laughed. I mean, that's all I could do was laugh. I wanted to cry, but I just laughed. And they x-rayed my stomach, x-rayed my pelvic area, and they didn't find nothing. It was negative.
Well, Reason.com reports that Young settled his lawsuit for $900,000. The Torrance County Sheriff's Department is trying to figure out if a man they have in custody had anything to do with a body that was found in a pickup truck. Deputies stumbled upon the scene Friday night while on patrol near Ballinger Ranch in Moriarty. The man ran into the woods when he was approached. Investigators aren't naming him yet because they don't know if he committed a crime. OMI is working to find out how the person in the truck died. A win for the government over border state gun dealers handed down by a federal appeals court. The 10th Circuit Court of Appeals upheld a ruling in favor of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms and Explosives. ATF is basically cracking down on weapons trafficking to Mexico. The appeals court upheld the agency's right to demand that gun dealers in New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, and California tell authorities if someone buys more than 2 semi-automatic rifles within 5 days. Ron Peterson Firearms of Albuquerque was among the 3 shops that challenged the ATF demand. Another major poll on the governor's race shows that it may not be so close after all. A CBS New York Times poll has Governor Susana Martinez up by 8 points over Democrat Gary King. Last week, a Rasmussen poll had the two in a dead heat.
If you work for the city, the county, or the state of New Mexico, you may be paying more for retired workers' health care soon. The Retiree Health Care Authority wants the state legislature to approve the increase next year. If so, a worker here, including teachers who make $40 grand a year, will pay an extra $150 a year for this health care. Altogether, it would mean an extra $15 million a year for the state. Well, veterans here in New Mexico who are on a waiting list to get medical care are about to get help now that Congress is finally set to make a deal to fix the Department of Veterans Affairs. The VA reform bill would allow vets who have been waiting longer than 30 days or who live 40 miles or more away from a VA hospital or clinic to go see private doctors. The VA, as you probably know, has been in the middle of a big scandal for months after stories of dozens of veterans dying while waiting to see doctors and thousands more being stuck on secret waiting lists.
For those veterans who are waiting right now, who've been on these secret waiting lists, who have been reached out to, who are sort of coming out of the shadows now, immediate access to care is the most important thing for them.
The U.S. House and Senate are both set to vote on this bill by the end of this week. We'll keep you updated. Well, a veteran from here in Albuquerque who had a botched surgery to fix his shoulder after he was hurt serving the country in Iraq is headed to Boston today for a doctor's appointment that could change his life for the better. Remember, we told you about Sean Hudson earlier this month after doctors at the VA here left a screw and a silicone disc in him after surgery. He says it turned his life upside down and is causing a lot of medical issues. Yesterday, Thon shot he was having lunch with his attorneys here at the Library Bar downtown, but he got a huge surprise, a check for $2,000 from the bar after it had a fundraiser to help him out last week.
Veterans were a funny community. I mean, guys that you've never even met before, you'll go out on a limb just because you've served together. You know the price that each other has paid, and we take care of each other a lot.
Yeah, they do. Sean Hudson still has a screw and a disc in his body. He doesn't know when he'll have the surgery to remove them out, but he hopes sometime soon.